What is up, everybody? So Bonafide go back here with another video. Today we're gonna be listing top 5 point guards that I think all time are on my list. This isn't, again, this is my opinion. This isn't what I think should it be. I might left if I left out someone, tell me. Leave it in the comments. So number one, I think this is mostly a lock on most people, is Magic Johnson. He was really just known for his crafty plays and helping to create the Lakers dynasty. He was also known with the greatest rivalry of all time, Larry Bird, Magic Johnson. He's one of, if not the greatest, Laker of all time as well. In his 13 NBA seasons, he had 3 MVPs, 12 All-Star game appearances, 10-time All-NBA / first and second teams, 4-time leader in assists, 9 finals appearances, 5 rings, and a Hall of Famer. Pretty much Magic Johnson, why he's on my list is that he not only won with Kareem, he won by himself as well, which I think most NBA stars cannot do. They need that partner. Fun fact, he has actually never put on one of his 5 rings. In his 13 NBA seasons, he averaged a total of 19 points, 19.5 points per game, 11.2 assists per game, and 7.2 rebounds a game. He was a high leader in triple doubles a game. He's actually also the highest. He has the highest all-time assists per game out of any other player all time in the NBA. Number 2, Stephen Curry. Most people think Stephen Curry is 1, but I think he does not match what Magic Johnson did. Stephen Curry, so far in his 9 seasons, had 3 rings, 5 finals appearances. He's pretty much known as the greatest shooter of all time, which most people argue with, but I have to agree that he is the greatest shooter of all time. He has 2 MVPs, which is, he was the first anonymous NBA MVP ever, which was huge. He pretty much made the 73-9 dynasty of Warriors. He helped some guys really with the Warriors dynasty. He helped get Kevin Durant there. I think he really helped out Draymond and Clay. And now it's going to be pretty fun to see him by D'Angelo Russell. Hopefully he gets another MVP. In his he was also 6-time. He has 6-time All-Star appearances, which is a great accomplishment. In his 9 seasons, he has 23.5 points, 4.5 rebounds, and 6.6 assists. I think he's a great scorer. I think he's a very great passer. I think, I don't believe he won anything with Davidson. I do believe he may be the greatest Warrior of all time, but there's also some great Warriors out there. On to number 3 is Oscar Robertson. Some people don't even have Oscar Robertson on their list, which I think is massive disrespect. He recorded the first triple-double ever, 12-time All-Star game appearances, 11-time All-NBA, 1 MVP in 14 seasons, 1 ring. He's also a Hall of Famer, which again is a great accomplishment for anybody who played in NBA or WNBA. He, in his 14 seasons, he averaged 25.7 points per game, 7.5 rebounds per game, and 9.5 assists per game. One of the highest assist totals of all time. Oscar Robinson, again, one with many, made it to the finals, I think 3 times, or just that one where he won. He was alongside some greats, mostly such as Kareem Abdul-Jabbar on the Milwaukee Bucks, which I think both of them are huge reasons why they both got that one ring. Number 4, John Stockton. People think John Stockton's number 1, or at least top 3. I would say he's number 4, because he has really, don't get me wrong, he has all-star games, all-NBA teams, but he has no ring to prove for it, and he got multiple chances but just couldn't get by the Chicago Bulls at the time. He had 19 seasons, a Hall of Famer, which is again a very hard accomplishment for someone to do. He has 2-time All-NBA teams, 6 All-Defensive teams, which is amazing. 10 NBA All-Star Game appearances. He's probably the greatest point guard of the 90s. He was a great player for the Jazz. I think they wouldn't have got anywhere if it wasn't for John Stockton. Him and Malone both played very well. One of, if not the greatest duo of all time. In his 19 seasons, he averaged 13.1 points per game, 10.5 assists per game, and 2.2 steals per game. That's some great stats. You might look at the points and say, oh, he didn't get much points. But then you look at assists, get 10.5 assists per game, which I believe is second all time or third, something like that. But again, has no ring to show for it. That's why I don't have him number 3 or number 2. For 5th, most people do think that this is crazy, but I gotta say Walt Frazier. You look at him, he's very underrated, not known by too much people, mostly because he played in late 60s, early 70s. But in his couple years he played in the NBA, he averaged 18.9 points per game, 5.9 rebounds per game, and 6.9 assists per game. He had he has 2 rings, 7 NBA All-Star Game appearances, 4-time All-NBA team, 7-time All-Defensive team, and pretty much got the Knicks, well, not pretty much, got the Knicks where they are. He's now a commentator for the New York Knicks, but many people have him 11 or 12. I completely disagree with that. When you look at his stats, yeah, he might not be the greatest, but he's definitely up there. He really helped the Knicks, him and Willis Reed. He was also very good. So were all these players on my top 5. Again, this is my opinion. If you think otherwise, comment down below your top 5 and maybe some reasons why. If I left anybody out you think should have been on that team, please tell me. I'll see y'all in the next video.